Today we are going to create our football field in 1 point perspective. You have a handout that shows you how to create it. You can also follow along with me. Our first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a horizontal line to create our horizon line. Using your ruler, create a horizon line in your picture. Now we want to create a vanishing point. Where our vanishing point is going to be, we're going to create a football goal. So to create our football goal, we're going to create 2 vertical lines. We're going to then create 2 horizontal lines to make an upside down letter L. Once we've done that, we're going to add 2 more vertical lines. Now it starts to look like a tuning fork. Then we're going to create, following those lines, a kind of square U. After you've made your square U, we're going to close that shape. So now we have our football goal. That's where our vanishing point is going to be for our 1-point perspective. We're going to take our ruler. We're going to create a diagonal line where the edge of the football field is. So I'm moving my diagonal line to where I can get as much football field as I can, but I'm also creating the edge where it would be white, where they would go out of bounds. I'm also doubling that line because they make those lines white on the green grass. So now I have my diagonal line, so that's my edge. I'm going to make my other edge of the football field on the other side, angling it at a diagonal. So I'm taking that ruler, creating the diagonal line. Remember, I'm repeating it twice, so then when I color in with my markers, I have a white line instead of having just a black line. Because if you look at the picture in the corner of the football field, you'll notice the lines of the football field are white, not black. We also have to start to create the lines that would be on our yard lines, because they have a 10-yard line, a 20-yard line, 30-yard line. It goes all the way up to 50-yard lines. We're not going to draw all of those, but we're going to add some of those yard lines so it looks like a football field. So I start to get my ruler at a horizontal. I find where I want to have my first yard line. I want to make sure it's closer to the tuning fork because I'm showing distance, because we're doing it in 1-point perspective. I'm making it one a little bit farther away, and then I'm making one where I'm having a larger gap because I'm closer up to it. So it's giving it some distance in the picture with our 1-point perspective. Now I don't want to leave it just one line. Just like we did before, we're doubling the lines next to it so that when we color it in, we have a line that we can leave white as we're creating those horizontal lines, because football lines on the green grass are colored in with white. So now I have my football field in 1-point perspective. I want my picture to have the different parts in the background. After the football goal, there is a little bit more grass, so I'm creating another horizontal line. So there's that area that after you've passed the goal that the grass is. I'm going to add another horizontal line for where it has the at plastic part that blocks people from going, so it has all those different things that would be their logos and signs on it. And then I'm going to create another horizontal line where the audience would be. For the roof, you have to decide if you're going to have it where it's the AT&T ceiling is open or if it's closed. Where the audience section is, all I'm drawing is little tiny circles because the people would be very, very far away. So that kind of gives you where you can see the circles are. And then we have that one plastic area that kind of blocks people off. And then we have the grass, because people aren't allowed to come near the grass of the football field. We want to have asymmetrical balance. So we already created our person that's large in the foreground. We're going to start to create people in the midground. To do that, I'm creating a gesture line. Now, gesture lines is something that's supposed to be where you're creating it light, and it gives you a little bit of proportion and size, because I'm making the person medium in the middle. And I'm mostly just making it a stick person. So I start off just forming a stick person. I want to have at least, when we're creating our people, we're going to have 4 people on the field at least. I'm going to have a lot more on mine than yours, but you have to have at least 4 people. You can have 2 medium people and 1 small person, or you can have where you have 1 medium person and 2 small people. It's up to you how you're getting your triangle formation. I'm starting to make mine where I have 2 medium people and I have 1 small person, so that I'm creating that asymmetrical balance. So it kind of makes like a triangle formation in there. Once I have that, I can add more people, but you got to have at least those 3 people to help get your asymmetrical balance, where you have something, it's a large object, which is our person in the foreground, and some medium people in the middle, and a small person in the background. Once I've done my gesture lines, I can go back in with contour lines, creating the shape of my people. Starting to get the football helmets. I can start to add the different jerseys and the shoes and pants, and making sure that it's looking like shapes instead of just a stick person. So you have to get those different details and not just leave your foreground, midground people as sticks. You have to go in and start to give them some shapes, just like we went step by step through that one person that is in the foreground. In your packet, you have step-by-steps on how to do football players, cheerleaders, band people. If you want to add a ref, you can. You do not have to make yours exactly like mine, but you do have to have a foreground, a midground, background, and 1-point perspective. Do look at your rubric to make sure you're getting your checklist and having everything in your picture that is going to make it where it's asymmetrically balanced and also has 1-point perspective on that landscape. Also, you want to think about what kind of story you want to tell in your football picture. Is it going to be one that is in mid-game? Are you going to have him where he's doing a touchdown? Are you going to have it where it's a little bit more during the halftime or after they've won? So think about your different things that you might add to tell a story. My story that I'm creating is that people are chasing after him and he's about to be tackled.